Next, we're going to have just a few short stories from folks, just kind of showing their appreciation for the police. But I'd like to start with the senior senator who's here today from the State House, Senator Ruth Ward.
When I was a little girl, we had coloring books and then storybooks, and the police in those little books and stories played a very important role. I was taught from a very early age that the police is my friend. If you're in trouble, find the police, tell them, and they will help you. Things have changed. I am grown up. I have had interactions with police, and I have to say I have never found a single instance when they have not been my friend. They are here to support us, to help us when we need it, and I am here because I support the police. I know what they're doing. They're professionals. They have a tough job, and I don't want to be in their shoes, but I'm glad that they are there. So thank you for being here to honor and to respect and enjoy and support the police. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. And the senior state representative here today, Mr. Dick Hinch.
All right, I did it without falling. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. As Chris said, this is not a day and should not be a day for political speeches. I'm here to share with you that in the town that I was brought up in, the police chief lived right down the street. And Howard McGee, rest your soul, used to come to the house all the time, and my father would say to me, if you mess up, Howard's gonna lock you up. And one day, Howard invited me to go to the police station. Actually, it was the old one in the center of town, and he decided to let me see the inside of a jail. And as a visitor, that is. And I went inside that jail and said, nope, not going to stay here, even if it's free rent. Obviously, time has moved on, and I moved to Merrimack a number of years ago, and I will tell you that I have seen firsthand the leadership, the superb leadership of 5 police chiefs. Joe Devine, Bill Mulligan, Mike Milligan, Chief Doyle, Mark Doyle, and now Chief Roy. Superb. They understand what needs to be done. They understand and preach everyday community servicing, and they set the tone. I will say to you, as I finish off, as we come here today to celebrate the law enforcement professionals, make sure that when you see them, you say thank you. It should not take a day like this to celebrate police one time a year. Celebrate them every day. Say thank you every day. And make a promise to yourself as you leave here that you will do exactly that. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Dick. Next, I'd like to call up Chow Kelly. Are you here, Chow? Yes. Oh, there's. And I'll let Chow tell her story.
Thank you, Chris. First of all, I would like to praise God for allowing me to be a citizen of this great country called the United States of America. It's a huge privilege to be an American citizen, a nation, one nation under God. And I came from Vietnam, the country being ruled right now by the communist regime. And no one knows about police brutality more than people like me, like these people here. And I tell you this right now, the first police friend of mine in this country, I was friendly with him for 7 years. And I hate police, trust me, because of where we came from, the police are horrible. They can just beat you on the street. They can just grab you, put you in the prison, beat you to death, and send your body home embalmed. Nothing in there in a steel casket. And you're supposed to bury it immediately. You don't get to see your relative face and don't know why they dead. With no explanation, no court date whatsoever. That is called police brutality. And that's what you get in the country called communism, which is what the Democrats are pushing for right now. And let me tell you this right now. Trust me, this police in this country is wonderful. That first police friend became my husband till this day. And my father-in-law was a firefighter. Okay? So I understand what these blue lights mean. On September 11th, I was working and I was trying to call my husband on his cell phone. It didn't work. All the cell phones stopped. I don't know where he was. And what we saw on the TV, everybody freaked out, and so was I. You know, everybody remember that moment on September 11th, and so did I. And my husband was on duty on that day. And right after that, let me tell you something. I keep telling him, don't go to work, stop. Because who wants to go to work and never get to see your loved ones again? And that's what the police officers and the firefighters doing every day out there for all of us, including those ones that holding the sign and saying, defund police on site. Defend the police, not defund. And supporting our law enforcement is being gracious, not racist. They call me a racist because I support the law enforcement. Do I look like a racist to all of you? No. Thank you. So, you know, I hope all Americans, all race, all religion, whatsoever, what color you are, we are all Americans. And we love this flag. And the blue lines right now is our first defense line for 350 million Americans right on American soil. And we know this because South Vietnam had this problem more than 45 years ago. And who's out there defending us in this battlefield every day? It's our policemen, our state troopers, our firefighters, our first responders. So if we break down this line, we are dead. People, we will be dead. Okay? The military not going to be here fast enough to save us. And there's a saying that sometimes there's justice, sometimes there's just us. This us. This lie was there for justice for all of us every day. So I beg everyone, including especially those Black Lives Matter. Your lives matter. Our lives are matters too. Thank you. Thank you, Chris, for my pretty piece of talk. Thank you.
Wow, we need to bottle up some of that energy there. Maybe clone that. So, thank you, Chow. Next, with the story is Judy Furstenberg out of Peterborough. Judy.
That'd be awesome.
Democrat, so we do have representation from, all parties, both parties here. I'll start this off by saying that my first experience with the police was when I was a very little girl. I was at my grandma's house and I fell and hit my face and I was bleeding a lot. And my grandparents were frantic, and all of a sudden the police came. The policemen scooped me up, put me in the front of the cruiser, and they both drove me to the hospital. And thank God I was okay and my family was happy. The next time was when I was about 10, that my dog, my beloved dog, he was a Labrador Retriever, got hit by a car. I was frantic, someone nearby called the police, and they helped me get my dog to the vet so that he could live. Then, when I was about 18, I went to a party, and I ran out of gas at 11 o'clock at night on a busy road, and the statey came and took me home to my family. And then my last story is about 9 years ago when I was married to someone who had alcohol problems, and he decided when he was really drunk to try to kill me. And it was in quite the same way that Mr. Floyd suffered. And I managed to get away from him and get out of the house, get to the cops at the police station. They came over and arrested him. Then about an hour later, my dog started barking, and he was at the door trying to break in. He was supposed to stay away. So I called the police, and within 2 minutes, there were 3 police cars with all their lights ablazing there to get him away and take him back to the jail. So I've had like a fairly, simple, middle class, ladies lifestyle, and they have helped me out significantly over my entire life. So I just want to say I appreciate the police, and we all do, and they need to be here for us, and we need to respect them and be so thankful that they put their lives on the line for us every single day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Judy.
Crop TV.